And there they are. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Marie. Hello, people out there in the world. This is Peg and Shel coming to you Thursday morning on Art Joy Sharing Live. If you happen to catch us later, we broadcast on Thursday, 10:30 Central Time. And good morning, Shel.
Good morning. Looks like we're going to do some stuff with distressing and sprays today.
Kind of looks that way.
We'll see if that actually happens.
Well, I don't know. I was playing. Okay, before we start on distress, I got to tell you guys. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Rennie. I found a new product. I was on Joggles, and they have this layering solution. And you use it. I'm trying it this morning. It's still drying. You use it over your alcohol inks, and it makes your alcohol ink stay in place. So like even if I come in and drop more alcohol ink on here, it's not going to displace what's already on there. And I thought, this is what I've been needing forever when it comes to alcohol ink.
I haven't even heard of that.
Well, it's new to me, so I'm going to give her a try.
So it freezes the alcohol ink in place, and then you can put another layer on top.
Yeah. So like when this dries, because I just put a coat on this. This is actually Yupo paper, and it's got some alcohol ink on here already. This is my tester. I don't know if I can dry it. No, it's Yupo. I can't dry it with a heat tool. Good. Did that the other day.
Well, you could a little bit, just not too much.
I was such an idiot sometimes. So anyway, I was trying to do something and wasn't thinking. But you can see it's still wet on there. It's still drying. I just put a coat on top of the alcohol ink that's on here. And then I'm going to try dropping some more alcohol ink on here and see what happens. So we'll let that dry for a while. And I'm going to go work on something else for a bit. Hey, Cindy. Hi, Daisy. People are joining us. So, yeah, I've got some more. This is alcohol ink on a piece of watercolor paper. I'm going to cut it down to ATC size because I think I cut something out of it for whatever reason, like I do. Let's see.
So my distress inks are small, and I just have the one full size, but then my oxides are the large size. But the thing about distress inks apparently is it's very water reactive. So you can blend it a lot, and you can do a lot of crazy stuff with it. I just thought I'd put some on here and see what I can do. I wanted it to be intense, and I didn't want to have to make another layer. So I just put the ink pad directly on the paper to see if I could get it.
Hi, Becky.
Strong. Of course, it's like curling up like a big curl.
So I don't know, I think that if you put this stuff on like watercolor paper, it would probably absorb in faster. But because this is on Yupo, it's taken a little while to dry. So we'll let that be. But the other thing was when I picked up this alcohol solution, because I was rounding out my order, I did pick up the Distress Oxide stuff in the new speckled egg, because I thought that was a pretty cool color. So you can see I just smeared a little down this morning trying out the color to see what it looks like. And it does look like a eggshell color. Very pretty. And you know me, I like those muteds. So talking about the spray stuff. Now, you guys know I'm ancient and been around forever. The first spray I ever got introduced to was this color wash stuff from Adirondack Ranger product. And they don't make this anymore. This was a permanent spray, and this was the best spray ever. I wish they would bring it back because you can use it on fabric. You can use it on just about everything. It was vibrant. And, when you sprayed it, it worked. I mean, I've had this. Oh, I hesitate to say how many years because I don't know when they stopped making this. But a long time ago. Okay. Of course, today it's going to be stubborn. My sprayer.
Because you're on camera, it doesn't want to spray.
Well, of course.
But if you want
it's really a pretty vibrant ink, and I'm putting some down, and I'm going to spritz it with some water because it's intense, and I want it to move. So you see, that's the color wash. And the thing that's cool about color wash is it was permanent once it was dry. So, there's got to be some acrylic in there somewhere.
And then they stopped making it. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and they stopped making this. This was one of the best products that I ever had. Then they came out, with these dauber things. I was never a real big fan of these daubers. You can see, this was the old packaging with the Adirondack Mountains on it. And then they changed the packaging to look like this with the Ranger. Then they had the distress packaging, they keep changing it. But, this is an old one because they had it in I don't think, do they even sell this stuff in a glass bottle anymore?
I don't know. I didn't have most of those things that you're talking about. I never had color wash. I mean, I've been around a long time too, but apparently not as long as you.
I think okay. When Tim was first coming out with the colors, because I remember I went to a class with him over in Chicago, and he was in this little hole in the wall scrapbook store when I went to take the class, and it was funny because he was just starting to come out with his whole line of inks, and I don't even know if I have it anymore. I had the original packaging on his ink pads, and I had one that said name this color because he hadn't figured out the names for all of his colors yet, and so there was a contest to name the color. And I got one of the pads that said name this color because I was in his class and they were handing it out and telling us to go in and pick a name.
Huh.
But I did a really fun class with him at that time. He was doing a real mini album. I mean, it was probably like an inch big album, and he was doing the fancy stitching on the side, and we used, what did we use? I think we used dominoes for the covers, and yeah. Hi, Barbara Clark. Good morning. I wonder if I have that around here somewhere. Huh. Wouldn't that be a hoot if I still got it here?
Probably somewhere.
Well, I don't see it poking its head out at me right now, so I guess it'll just be one of those things.
One of those things.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed the class immensely. So anyway, so you saw me put some of that on there. So I mean, distress paints, Yeah. He's had paints and inks and all this stuff forever. They just keep changing the packaging, right? Because
Right.
there we go. We got all three. So, and people did not like the dauber, and I don't blame them, because this thing gets dried out and it's got this pump action. I mean, and he told us, he told us that when you put it away, you needed to spritz the top of your dauber, to make sure that this stayed moist. But even with that, because I always follow instruction, right? Huh. Even with that, the daubers were giving people trouble. Now this one's actually still working, so that's a good thing. But I mean, it was fun because you could just paint using your dauber. And then, if you remembered, you spritzed it on top and put it away. But now they came out with this paint, which is the flip top, because everybody seems to like these small flip top paints now. So, you can get his paints in, probably has I haven't opened this one yet, guys. Yeah, you can get it in the little flip top and just put some out on your desk.
Is that what you got with the speckled egg or whatever?
Yeah, I got the speckled egg in the flip top one. It's my first flip top of distress paint. But I mean, you can get flip tops for these. I'm just using the original packaging that came with it, I'm not all about going out and buying changing out all this stuff. I mean, this one is completely hard. But I will wet it, see if I can bring it back to life.
I think I might have a couple of those. I don't know.
Well, they have a little like pump action thing inside of them.
Mm-hmm.
And you can still buy the daubers, and you can put them on. You can put them on these, but they're recommending that you take them off when you get done with a session and wash them out now. So yes, I can still get this through the dauber, and I can still, paint with my dauber with that distress paint.
I think maybe I'll do that rusty color again. Where's that rusty color?
So next up, he had the stain, right? The stain. I think I'm going to do a little paint here, finger painting, because I've got this paint on my desk. So I'm just going to do a little finger painting with that paint that's out there.
Oops, just wrinkled it. So I'm just messing around with neutral colors. I should do it on both sides just in case. This is a little tag that's pre-punched that you can put something in. I don't know what to call it, but I thought maybe that might be kind of fun to just put some kind of little picture in there, or today's card. I figured I'd just get today's card over with, and then,
yeah. Well, remember this one that I had cut out? Well, I ended up cutting this down to an ATC size so that I can layer it over one of these. I thought that would be kind of fun. Boy, I am really zoomed in today. I am really zoomed in.
Okay, so if I put some glue on the, calm down, glue. Jeez. Oh, the glue's going crazy. I have this little illustration from the dictionary page that I thought I could put in this little thing because it's a botanical. And the stuff that I was putting on the card is a botanical stuff too. So see if I can get this in here without any major bodily harm. Apparently I kind of tore it. So, but that's on the back, so no one will know. It's secret.
So the next thing, you know, was the distress oxide, and I got the speckled egg in the distress oxide also.
Oh, nice.
Spray. And the paint, and the, you know, they've got put a little of that out on my craft sheet this morning because I was trying it out. What did I do with that card? I was trying it out like this. And so, you know, the thing about the oxide is it's a pigment and a dye-based ink together. That's why it oxidizes, and you get where the pigment is on it. Where the water disperses, that's the dye ink. And where the pigment is, that's what is the solid color and the opaque part of it. So, you know, you get both properties in the distress oxide. So I wet that. I'm going to, you know, just bring my card back in and put a little bit of that on top. And of course I need to dry. The thing that's different about Tim from the other Ranger people is he dries everything. He uses his heat tool in between. So like when you're working with his products, you want to work with a heat tool. When you're working with, say, Diane Reevely or Dina Wakely, they just work between projects and set them aside to dry. So, you know, it depends on the product, the designer, and how they make their product. Each product is a little bit different.
Get back on there. What are you doing?
So, like this, I want more of that speckly stuff on there, so I'm going to go more intense with the ink. And you see I get the speckled effect, which I think is cool.
I wonder if I could just put a little bit. Oh, shoot.
So,
too many containers.
That's the newest color to the whole distress line of stuff. I don't get the distress markers. I have never been a fan of them. Do you have distress markers, Shel?
No, I don't. I don't really have very much of the distress stuff, actually. I think when Tim was coming out with all his stuff and everybody was so excited, I might have been doing Stampin' Up! At that time.
Oh, yeah.
Which meant, of course, that I had to stay with their products because that would be stupid not to.
Yeah.
The business.
Yeah, right.
So.
Hi, Terry Marshall.
I kind of missed it. I missed the boat or something. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think you missed the boat. I mean, you've got a lot of dye inks. And honestly, your dye ink you could put into a spray bottle or a dauber if you wanted to. I mean, here's the distress stains. And these are supposed to have a staining action. You can see I haven't even opened this one. This was something that was on sale at Tuesday morning, looks like, for $1.49. So I picked it up. You know, it was $1.50. And our Tuesday morning is going out of business. So check yours, guys, because if yours is going out of business, I think they're like at 50% off right now.
Yeah, I think something on online or something that said that there was a lot of the Tuesday mornings going out of business.
Hi, Wilma. Hi, Andrea. Yeah. I mean, the one down by my son is not, so I've still got one I can go to, and I think the one that's down in Iowa City is still going to stay open because they just moved into the mall. But the one that's here in town is closing. So I guess they figure, you can take a 30, 40-minute drive and get what you want. So this one was a spray, and this one was the dauber. You can see what the dauber looks like when they're clean. And then there's a little pump down inside of here that pumps the fluid up to the top of the dauber. So when you use it, you want to prime it to start with to get it going, and then you can use the dauber itself to spread that stain. And it's very dark because this is gathered twigs, but you can still, hit that like you do with any other distress because it's water reactive, because all distress is water reactive. And you can change, the look of that. And dry it. The thing, I don't know if you guys know, but the properties of paper, when it's wet, it's going to curl and behave differently. When you dry it, it's going to flatten back out. That's just part of what happens with paper, because paper has a memory.
Whoa.
I'm going to get some of that speckled stuff. Make it look old and grungy. And once you come in with all of these sprays and paints and whatever, you can still keep on distressing. You can still add more ink. You can do whatever you want to it.
I used to have this little tool that made distressed edges on cardstock, and I just don't know where it is right now.
Yeah.
But that would have been a good thing. It scratches up. You can just do it with
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he sold this along with these other tools. There's actually a couple of different distressing tools. This one is to do scratches with. It's like a wire brush.
I should have used that if I had thought of it and knew where it was, which I don't.
Yeah, this is like a wire brush, so you can actually scratch into this. And after you scratch into it, now if I come back and add some other color, it's going to show that scratch a lot more. So, and then this one has actually a razor bed down in here. I like to take this one with me on the plane. When I was doing beading, I used to wear this as a necklace, and then I could cut my beading threads with it because, you couldn't take anything sharp on the plane, but you could take these. So I just wore it around my neck.
I feel like
so this, you just put it into the slot and you scrape, and it scrapes and distresses the edge of your cardstock like that. And I'm pretty sure they still sell these. Actually, I think I had one like something similar to this that was from the fabric store. So I don't think he came up with it. I think it was something that he kind of lifted from the fabric store stuff. So anyway, that gives you that distressed edge. And if you want it even more distressed, you can just keep going. I mean, you can really rough it up if you want to make it really, really worn. Okay, so, and then this was the spray, the little bit of the spray stain too. hickory smoke. And I think I'm going to pick up some of that hickory smoke. This is that, what is it? Speckled egg. I always want to say robin's egg.
Kind of the same
Not.
thing.
It's speckled egg. It actually has kind of a, this hickory smoke actually has kind of a purpley undertone to it. It's pretty. It's like my what is it? Moon Glow Daniel Smith watercolor.
Oh, I
It look
love
really
that.
nice for that. Right?
I love moon glow.
Yeah.
So yummy.
Yeah. So I've got a few other cards here. I think I will just go ahead and soak some of that up with, because it's there on my desk and I should probably use the spray.
Decided to put some beeswax looking embossing powder, extra thick embossing powder over this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I think I need to trim it down and make it onto a backing though, because it just doesn't look right. It would look better if it had a back. I'm gonna have to choppy chop it a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh, I think this is just about dry. We might be able to play with a little bit of alcohol here. Let me grab one. I've got a tray here with some inks. I'm going to just drop some of this. I don't think I want sunshine though. Let me drop some of this. This is an old one, butterscotch. I love this butterscotch. One of my favorites. If I can get it open. That's the problem with alcohol ink. They get frozen. Can't get the lid off.
Frank says her Tuesday morning is staying open. I haven't checked over to the mall to see if that one's closing or opening or not. Or what. Well, I've already made a mess and I just got here. Jeez.
Okay, so I got that open. I'm going to drop some of that right over the top of that other. And you can see that it is not displacing the alcohol ink that is underneath. That stuff is staying there. It's just layering. So how cool is that, guys? We actually have a product that'll seal it now.
You just channeled the lady from Joggles. I don't know her name, but whenever she demonstrates, she says, "How cool is that?"
Oh, well, that's Catherine.
Is her name Catherine? I'm not sure.
I think so.
But you say you bought it from Joggles, and then you said, "How cool is that?"
Well, so yeah.
You were being the Joggles lady there.
I was yes, I was definitely doing the Joggles thing. So I've got a little alcohol in this pen. So you can see here's the here's where I just dropped alcohol, and you can see how I can displace that alcohol ink with alcohol in my brush.
I think I need just a little of that over here. I'm just squishing.
But if I come over here, all I'm moving is the top layer. Because that.
Well, that's super interesting. I'm curious now about what that is. Like, I mean, it must be some
So
sort
I'm
of.
very happy. I just think that's cool. That is cool. So it's called Layering Solution. It's made in Ireland.
Solution. Made in Ireland. Huh.
Yep, made in Ireland. It's not a local thing. You can't get it local. 100% organic.
Organic. Huh.
Yeah. Well, I think they're pretty strong on that stuff in Ireland. I think they're really, you know,
yeah,
conscious of that stuff. So, hey. All right, so I'm going to let that layer dry, and I'm going to come back to this other one now.
Right here.
And my favorite thing to do, which is use my Distress inks. I'm going to grab a Dusty Concord and aged mahogany. And I am going to put some of that on the edge. Hey, good morning, Gina.
Right there.
So, Dusty Concord. And of course, you know, even though I'm doing this on here, it is distress. And what does that mean? If it's distressed, it's water soluble. It's going to be movable with water again. So I'm going to grab that aged mahogany. It's got that reddish tone to it.
That's perfect.
You see, I'm getting a lot of depth of color in that. Now, I know my friend Vicky, she's going to say, oh, too dark, too dark. Too dark. I like it like that. I like to go to the dark side. But I mean, you can come back in with your water and spritz that, and it's going to move some of that. And I'm going to get a tissue, wherever I put my tissue box. And I'm just going to see how it's moving now. Can you guys see how it's bubbling and getting? That's the characteristic of distress. You get that speckle move. And of course it's wet again, so what do we have to do with distress? You have to dry it.
Should put this on first.
So I wonder what I have for a backer on this. Oh, I've got this one. I should add some of that. I should add some of that mahogany on there. What did I do with that? Here it is. Because I think what I'm going to use on this particular one is some of that. You know, I was showing you those pictures from my my grandmother, my Granny and Grampy. Grandma and Grandpa. Here we are. So I'm thinking I'm going to add some of that mahogany in here. Change up the color. I like that a lot, but you know,
Vicky is indeed saying, "Too dark, too dark, too dark."
See, I told you. And then nice spritz of water.
Okay, that's day 25. Let's make some more fun stuff.
And my tissue to pull it back a little bit, and we'll dry again.
Dry again, dry again, dry again. So I made this one earlier. It's a very subtle and very simple idea. I just used Well, on that one I used the spray, but I think I'm just going to use the ink pads this time if I can get rid of some of this embossing powder all over my desk. I don't know if I want to use the watercolor paper or the Bristol. Maybe the Bristol because it's got a smoother side. And I'm just going to pick out 3 colors here. Ooh, that one looks fun. I'm completely over that whole vintage thing. Now I want bright colors. Vintage schmintage. Those look like nice colors, I guess. And I am going to smoosh these right onto the card. Because I just like to smoosh.
Smoosh away.
I'm a smusher. Just get over it. I'm a smusher. That one was what? Marmalade? Spiced marmalade. This one is twisted citron. Let's get some of that on there. Why not? Because it's twisted and it's citron and it's awesome. This one is peacock feathers. Of course, I'm getting it all over the pads, which is just the hazard of doing it this way, which is probably why no one else does it, but I figure I can just, wipe it off and it'll be fine. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Okay, that's probably enough to ink. I've probably smooshed enough. If you wanted to, you could do the whole, oh, look, let's get this wet. Let's take something and pick it up. Da 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 da. Don't want to waste it. All that. I picked up some from the other one I did earlier.
Okay, so I've speckled everything on my desk now. Just in case you wanted to know.
I noticed it's super easy to get splatters of things everywhere. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Darn it. Well, that's just going to ruin the whole thing. Darn it. Oh well. This could be a different one. Because now I put water on it, and that means it's going to oxidize. Darn it. Looks cool, though. That wasn't what I was intending.
We were having a discussion earlier today, before we came on, about surfaces on your desk. The craft mat is made for distress and water-soluble things. It works really well. It does not work really well with alcohol things.
Yeah, no.
Just saying.
That's why mine's all ugly.
So, anyway, just wanted you guys to know that because it will stain your craft mat. Stain doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But if you're worried about the looks of your craft mat, then I would say stay away from it with alcohol. So I'm going to put down some Yoo-hoo glue stick because I want to adhere this tissue paper. I think this is probably some Tim Holtz tissue paper over this background. And
all right, let's try again.
Grab a
ding dong
baby wipe because now I have glue all over my hand.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
I'm going to spray this time. Let's get something else. Spray. What color should we try? No, that's boring.
So now that I have that, I have my picture frame. I have my background. See where I'm headed? You guys didn't know where I was going with that, did you? And I've got my photo of Granny and Gramps. Well, I think they're going to become an integral part of this.
Welcome, Lisa. People still rolling in.
Yay. Glad to see you guys.
Come on.
I'm busy holding my tongue just right while I cut. I need my smaller scissors, though.
So this is
the right tool for the job makes a difference.
Spray. Which, amazingly, even having sat for a while in my, where I couldn't find it this morning, I was having a terrible time. These are still spraying. If you can believe that.
I can believe it.
Still spraying.
So if you want to, you can just, save some packaging or something that's like clear packaging, and you can put that behind there to make like a faux glass backer. Actually, I was taking some dies out this morning. Let me cut this off. I want to get them into my focal point here. So I need to figure out where they're going to go. About there. Right at their feet. But what I'm talking about is, let me show you. Okay, here's a new die I just got. It comes from Tonic in these containers. I want to keep it in the container, but inside of the container, they really package these things. I tell you, they use more packaging. Inside of these is a piece of plastic that this is mounted onto, right? Well, don't let those things go to waste. It can become, see, all of this can go right back into the sleeve and get stored. And actually, what I'm doing with these is getting them so that I can get at them easier. So it's got this tuck point back here. So I've been sticking my die in the tuck point so that I can just reach in and grab the top of it and pull it out. It just makes it easier for me instead of having to unpackage everything. And they're nice because, like, if you've got a spot to hang them, it's actually got a hang spot, so you could hang these up. But I just keep them in a tray that I flip through. But okay, so here's this nice piece of plastic that comes in my packaging, and I don't want to waste it. Now, sometimes you get something like this stuff stuck on here. If you get some undo, it'll take that off. And I don't see mine right now. Undo is a product that removes sticky, gooey stuff. And so it'll take that right off of there. But, I mean, if I put this on here and cut out a window, actually, that's probably enough right there. I can create my frame and window glass out of that packaging stuff. So let me glue that down. Need to put my lid on my glue stick, don't I? Well, let me use it first. Let me glue Granny and Gramps down. This is Fred and Ethel, folks. Let me introduce you to Fred and Ethel. Get them in the right spot. Good enough. Okay. So
these are so easy. Just spray the colors on there, put a stencil over, and then spray water, and you get this very subtle effect. That's what I was trying to show you guys. Fun backgrounds. Because I need more.
This is cool, Shel. So I'm going to put some glue around here and glue that plastic down on the front.
Let's try with some different colors.
Like so. And then I want to use some dimensional adhesive to kind of pop that up a little bit. So I'm going to stick some dimensional adhesive in the corners. It's kind of big. Might need to trim that down a little bit. I don't want it to be seen from the outside. Just cut that off there and there. There we go. And another one on here. And then that can go on my background. As I peel off the sticker backer. Yeah, Gina is to blame for a lot of watercolor stuff, I'll tell you.
Poor Gina.
It's okay. I like watercolor now. I'm very happy with my watercolor. So I'm just going to layer that now, and it gives it a little bit of dimension. And I've got...
Ew, my fingers.
Got some fingers probably add little hearts because they were lovers. They were true lovers. I can't tell you how many years they were married. I know my folks, before my dad died, were married over 60 years. So Grandma and Grandpa were together for probably at least 60 years or better. They had a good track record in my family anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna glue down those hearts. And because I've got that plastic on there, it can overlap the frame. And glue in place there. I wonder if I've got some true love saying or something. I'm sure I do, right?
I'm sure. I have all these Tim Holtz sticker packs now. I've got like, I don't know how many. Look at all these.
She says, "Step away from the screen, Gina." No, no, no. She's there. She's got a broad shoulder. She can.
There's going to be something about something in there, that's for sure. Let's just get a little bit of blending going on here. Just want to blend it. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take a stamp and I'm going to try.
Oh, here we go.
With the stamp.
I don't like the color of that though. Here we go. I like this one. See if I can fit it on here.
How shall I make the stamp wet?
Oh, it's too big. Ugh.
I guess I'll make a stamp pad out of my baby.
They're just too big. Ah, this is sweet. All right, I'm going to make this one work. I don't care what.
Did it work?
I'm going to make it work. It says, I am happiest when I'm with you.
I'm going to say that's a no. This one's probably too fine.
And I'm pretty sure that's the way they felt about each other. So that's the ATC for today with distress. Now I can work on something else, huh? I had this one I'd started, and I wanted to add some distress spray.
Just had to get it more wet.
So you can see the dimension in there. And let's put a little of this distress oxide on there too. Yeah, that probably wasn't the best choice of color, but I can change that. Because, you know, with distress oxide, you can layer. Because it's got that pigment in it. This one I had started the other day. I took that iridescent paste around the edge, and I used some paste through this drywall tape, and yeah, it's got lots of layers on it. Remember last week we were doing dimensional stuff. So it's very dimensional. So let me dry that, and I think I'll come back with a different.
It's fun to play with this.
Let's get a bright blue.
Water situation is fun. So I have some light ones under there now from the water being distressed, and now I'm going to use just a regular ink with the same stamps, and I'm just going to go over the top and make a random pattern with the same stamps. Wisdom, harmony, tranquility.
Okay, so I've got stress in a mustard seed and fossilized amber, twisted citron. Let's try twisted citron. That sounds pretty.
It is pretty. And so twisted.
And so twisted. Oh yeah, look at that. Limey green.
So that turned out kind of fun.
And I want to add just a little touch of this mustard seed. Oh, that was more than a little touch. You know how he says, you just push down on it a little bit. Yeah, okay. My finger is not calibrated. A little, okay, a little bit. Push down a little bit. Yeah, it's still sprayed. Okay, so in that case, I come back with my water. And make it move.
Somewhere in this universe I have scissors.
It's fun. It's fun to watch the different designers and how they talk and what they do. I remember I took a class with Tim. I was up at Mall of America, and we were working with clay of some sort. I can't remember if it was paper clay or if it was regular clay, but we were working with clay. And he says, put it in the bun warmer. And I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, what is he talking about? Put it in the bun warmer. Well, what he meant was stick the clay under the cheek of your butt and sit on it. Because while you're working, your body warms that clay up so it becomes more pliable. He called it the bun warmer.
Well,
Really? Really? Okay. Put it in the bun warmer.
Pretty accurate, I think. With your bun, and it warms it up, right?
It does. It does. It warmed it up. So, all right. I want some more blue in this. So I'm going to grab this faded jeans and just put a little of that in there.
I bet those faded jeans have had their buns warmed.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
So I'm just going to splatter my blue jean stuff here.
Blue jean, baby. Blue jean girl.
All right. So I've got that. Now I need something to go on that. And I'm thinking, you know, I don't really want. I wonder what I've got in my collage stash. Oh, you guys do this? Do you save your tea bags, your tea bag wrappers?
Yes, I have been.
I've got that. I like that. Oh, I know what I've got. I pulled them out this morning. I had some of Gina's digitals. What did I do with them? I had a whole bunch of them that I cut out. Yeah. I know I did it. I know I did it. There they are. Some of Gina's digital stuff. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. And that, I could just layer some of those things on there. Those are cool. See? Gina comes around, I start thinking about what I've got of hers. So, let's do that, huh? Put this stuff back because I don't need it. I'm getting better about putting things back in a drawer when I get it out, because you know this has been crazy. Kind of like that.
I think I have room for
tuck those behind. Cut something out of that. Okay, let's build a stack. These are already stickers. So maybe I can get them to separate. Or not. That's what a Poke Tool's for.
Yes, that's
what you guys wanted to know. So you can get the edges of stickers up.
All right, what I need is Something
There we go.
orange. I've been so obsessed with orange lately.
And before I put that down,
This is very orange.
I'm going to use blue on this because I don't have any black on there. I'm going to distress that edge that's showing out there a little bit. You know, we need to distress everything today.
Yes, we must be distressed. I'm very distressed, honestly. So everything I'm making must be distressed.
This is still wet, so it doesn't want to stick down. But you guys get the drift. I'm going to layer these things up. I'm probably going to put this on, cut this out and put it on there. And that'll be another ATC. Another distressed ATC. But it's 11:30.
No, it's 9:30.
And I need to do something with this one because I think my alcohol ink is dry now. So I like this stamp.
This is thick watercolor
I don't know
paper.
if this will fit on there.
Did you see
I
that
think it
thing
will.
that Mary
think it
Beth was doing where she was taking her thick paper and she was separating it?
Yeah.
Well, I never thought of that.
Well, it depends on the paper. You know,
like
if
I
the
have
fibers are right, you can do that. It doesn't always work. Just warning you in advance, because
Gotcha.
sometimes the fibers aren't going the right direction.
Yeah, there's no way I can separate this out. It's just going to be thick. Just get over it.
Okay, so see if I can get this stamped without doing a fudge. Oh, look at that. It did it. Now, one more stamping. Down here. Make good contact, and yeah, there. Imagination is the eye of the soul on alcohol ink.
So this upcoming month in Art Jive Sharing, we're doing what? Liquid media.
We're doing
Yeah.
fluid mediums. Any
So-
fluid medium. So, I mean, you could do alcohol ink, you can do watercolor, you know. Any of the stuff that we're doing today is water soluble, you know.
So anything water
It's all
soluble.
about fluid media.
Okay.
Yeah, I want some of that breakfast too, guys. Those links are sounding really good right now.
People are making breakfast.
Peggy's cooking.
Oh, I'm hungry.
So have you guys, have you enjoyed the ATC a day challenge? Have you guys been into it?
People who come to my channel have been into it. Or so they say. Very excited.
I need to dry this.
All right. This little pot down. I went around the edges of the outside of the pot because this is a thick paper with a brush marker in a similar color so that it wouldn't show up as white, you know, ridiculously white. And I'm going to need some sort of flowers. Probably going to need some leaves too. So let's just take this and make it into a leaf.
I know you've enjoyed it, Lindy. I've been watching your progress. You've been making some awesome PTCs.
Oh, so many people have been making gorgeous art and sharing it. I'm so proud of all you guys for playing along and for sharing and being brave.
I know. We've got over 400 ATCs in the album on Facebook already. It's like,
and there's
wow.
more. There's more on Instagram. There's people who are posting only on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's awesome stuff out there. They're just,
yeah. I'm so proud of you guys for all the effort you're putting into this.
Pretty darn awesomeness. Get in there. Get in there, you little thingy.
I know, Terry. It's hard to stay afloat sometimes when you got other stuff going on, but I've been seeing yours come across. I look for names I know.
And there isn't any rules. If you don't make one day, so what? The idea is that you're getting a jump start on getting some creative things done, and you know, helping with the stress of our lives right now. It really helps me a lot to do this, and you know, have some reason to go into my studio every single day and do something, because everything sucks right now.
Everything does suck right now.
Okay, now I need some flowers. What color shall I make my flowers? That's the question. That is the question. Maybe I'll just make them with markers. That might make me a little bit more happy.
Are you polling the audience?
I don't know. I'm just probably talking to myself.
Yeah, okay.
I do that.
I do that a lot. Way more than I should. I was doing that this morning when I said, where did I put that? Where did I put that? All right, I had a blue. What do I do with the pen? Oh, here it is. I have quite a variety of ATCs this morning. I'm going from, you know, very modern style to very antique style, looks like. I could even put some lace on Grandma and Grandpa's, although Grandpa wasn't a big lace guy. Just saying. Grandpa was not a big lace guy.
No? He didn't wear lace collars? You're not that old.
Well, okay. I have seen the photographs. You know when they used to dress little boys in dresses? You know, the christening gowns and the dresses and stuff when they were little?
Yeah.
You know, they had the short pants, and the little boys were not always in long pants. I'm just saying.
When I had my first son, my mother-in-law bought him an outfit, and it was a one-piece outfit, and the bottom part of it was like a navy blue and white checkers.
Yeah.
And sewn onto it, it had like a little belt that was the same color, and then the top part was white, and then it had literally a collar, like a girl, with little lace around the edge, and then in the middle was embroidered in navy blue a train. But it was obviously for boys, right? It wasn't a girl outfit, but
right.
wow, did it look girly.
Well, you know, they used to wear those, what do they call those? Peter Pan collars. The
Yeah,
little boys would have them where it's a rounded style of collar.
yeah,
And
that's
it
what it
just
was.
did not look very masculine, I'm telling
No,
you.
definitely not. That's exactly what it was. It had this little round collar on it with like even a little bit of, not fussy lace, but more like something like this, like a crocheted
Yeah, yeah,
lace, only just a little bit. And I know it was expensive. It was like a Carter's or something.
yeah.
And he didn't wear it very much. Sorry, Nana, but here's a boy.
Well, and you know, when it's your kid, you want to kind of emphasize that. You know, it's like, I don't want
They
to
don't even have
be like a
hair.
sissy.
They don't have any hair on their little heads, and then it's like, oh, and we're going to put him in a lacy collar just to make everyone more confused. But I did make sure he had some nice photographs, like from the Sears or whatever,
Uh-huh.
or whatever, with that outfit on, so she could have it on her mantle.
Yeah. Well, that was nice of you. Yeah, my mother's taste and my taste was never quite the same either. So
Yeah.
I get you. And she did buy some pretty wild and crazy outfits for my kids.
Okay, I need to color this with something.
But you know, the kids put some pretty wild and crazy outfits together themselves.
Well,
You
yeah,
remember some of the things your kids would pick out? Oh my gosh.
I know. I'd be like, could you just go right back in there and just get something else, please?
It's like, what were you thinking when you got up and got dressed this morning?
All right. I guess I'm just going to use markers. Why not? We'll just use some markers to kind of jazzy this up a little bit.
Well, that's a good idea, Peggy. Whatever works, you know. We don't have hard and fast rules, just in case you guys hadn't noticed before.
No rules.
If you want to change it up, change it up. We're just happy that you're participating in making art and sharing it with us.
The more beautiful things that can go out there into the world, the better we're going to be.
Right.
So make pretty things and send them out into the world. Doesn't matter what it is.
Whoop. That was a ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. I don't think I ever had an outfit like this girl, however. What is she wearing? A smock? A smock? Is she wearing leggings? I can't tell.
I don't know. I'm going to have to
Very
blow it up
retro.
bigger so I can see it better.
Some sort of retro outfit. I don't know. Those might be leggings she's wearing underneath. She looks like maybe she lives in a craftsman style bungalow.
Well,
Probably mid-century.
I can say back in the 60s, we used to wear some really weird stuff. Very pop artish.
Yeah.
You know, the swing A-line dresses and yeah. I'm sure somebody else here probably remembers some of that too.
I had to be born.
Yeah.
I didn't have any of those outfits. But she looks cute, whatever she's wearing. I think she must be wearing leggings, I guess. I don't think these are her legs because of that dark. So, I don't know. Whatever.
Come on.
Give her a little bit of color.
Get the ink flowing here.
She's cute. Maybe some pink cheeks. Some pink cheeks. A little bit of pink on her lips. All right. The question is, what is she saying about life? I don't know. Darken up a little bit here and there. She's saying I'm cute and I'm little and I have a craftsman style home. And it's not been refurbished, it's brand new. I think that's what she's saying.
Is that it?
Yep. So nanny, food. You wished you had my really cool mid-century modern home.
I don't know if this white.
It isn't called that yet, but I've been watching too much HGTV.
I wish I had HGTV. I used to watch a lot of stuff on HGTV.
I like that channel and the Food Network. Those are the ones I watch the most. And then I don't know what her words are. What are her words, Mika? What do you think? I just dropped something on you. Poor little girl, I mean.
I need words. I need words.
Words.
Okay, here we go. This will work. Almost dropped the wrong thing in the bag. I'm not taking any chances today. You guys know that when I start writing stuff online and reading the chat at the same time, hey, Vicki Ross, I tend to misspell words. It's that dyslexia kicking in. Oh, man. It turns so bad, so wrong, so fast.
That's why I use stickers. Stickers and try to avoid my own writing whenever possible.
Oops.
Sometimes I use my label maker. But
Well, I've been practicing, but I do it better when I can think better about it, I think.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3.
I have only made 2. And a couple backgrounds. I need a little
Making a house with a pocket knife and a twig. Wow.
What's going on?
Well, they're talking about the show, the HG.
Oh, there's that awesome maker show.
Nothing for crafters. Oh, that's too bad. I know all the good crafting shows are gone. We last week. Okay, this really is showing our age now because last week we were talking about Dee Grunig.
Oh yeah, we were.
And right now I'm thinking Carol Duvall. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, all those things. Now, Make It Artsy is good, but the unfortunate thing is they only do so many episodes. And like I watch it, I watch Make It Artsy when Julie's on there, but a lot of times now they're doing stuff with sewing and stuff. And you know, me and a sewing machine are not friends. So that would not be my thing. Anyway.
Are we out of time? No, we still have 10 minutes.
Yeah. So I've got time to make a fourth card, and I think I'm going to do watercolor if I can find. I had a stack of watercolor cut. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So
You're getting geared up for next month already?
I know. Why are so many of them dyslexic? Because we're always trying to find a path around it. Oh man. I remember when my mom, I think, first discovered that I was dyslexic because, I was reading upside down. I would hold my books upside down and I was reading because I read from this side of the page to that side of the page. And Mom didn't understand how I was able to read upside down and backwards, and I couldn't read it right side up. It's like, well, my brain processes it differently.
Yes.
But it worked for me. That's it. It worked for me. What can I say? So I think I'll get, let's see, what do I want to use for watercolor today? I should probably use my Distress for my watercolor today, right? Since we're doing Distress.
Yes, you should.
Okay, so let me pull out, I've got a little Wild Honey. And put that down
Punch outs
right there, right there. And I will get a little bit of crushed olive. Put that out right there because, all these water-soluble things work for watercolor. And I will get a water brush. These are those ones from Pentel, my favorites. That's a little bit big, but I guess I'll work with it. And what I have here are some ATC stencils from Stencil Girl, of course. This is from Ray Massigman. And I like that one.
ATC stencil. It's Pam Carricker.
Oh, cool.
Look at these. Aren't they cool?
Oh, yeah, I've had that one for a long time.
Yeah, I know. But
and it works really well with the alcohol ink, let me tell you. I like that one on the alcohol ink. Maybe this one. I'm liking this one. Okay. So I'm just going to pick up some of that color and add it in here.
Well, this already has a stencil on it. These are the new club stencils for this month. Just wow.
Yeah, I like them.
I can say wow. I love them. Love.
They are the bomb.
Yep. This one in particular. Love this. And that's what I used on this with just the water to give like that real subtle effect. Love.
So I'm going to grab another tissue because I want to clean some of that ink off of my stencil. And then, of course, I want to dry this. And then I'm going to come back again.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I just think I'm done for today.
Are you? You done for today?
Oh, well, it's only 6 minutes left, and I'm not feeling anything right now.
I think I'm going to try to finish this one. I want to add a little more of that green in here. I can just drop it in, and I can go outside of the line that I had there before.
It's kind of
And clean my brush again, pick up a little of that orangey tone, drop that in.
hippity hoppity drippity droppity.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But I mean, these are just so cool, and they would layer beautifully for making a. I always think of an English flower garden. I really love that look. These organic, flowy things. So, I mean, you can put this back on. Let me do that. You can put this back on and actually trace around here if you want to. And I'm not going to do it perfectly because I like the imperfect. But it's giving me the suggestion of where all this stuff is.
Oh.
And I like the squiggly lines in multiples to give the suggestion of that floral. And then I think what it needs is for me to come back with some of that contrasting. Let's see, I used wild honey, right? Let's use a little bit of rusty hinge. And get a little water on that. Because I want to take a little of that up right through the middle. I want to just do a quick dip.
What happened to my glue stick?
And then dry.
Yep.
And then I need a stamp because I like to put on some stamps. Actually, this would be good with this too. I could put little leaves on here. And then in another color, like I could take another green or something and stamp off, you know, and just add some leaves into this. But what I'm going to do is get, I don't want black. I want a sepia. I want a sepia tone because I've got those tones in here. I'm just going to stamp on there with that sepia tone. And then need to finish it out with a quote, right?
Yep. Seemed like a good idea.
So I will encourage you to continue making art.
Continue sharing art.
Yep.
Because that's what it's all about, is sharing with other people and letting everyone see that there's still beauty in the world.
That's right. So I think that's it for me today.
So how many did you finish?
I did 4.
Oh, I'm such a slacker.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't finish those 2. I just only finished these 2. Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here. We really appreciate you. Yeah, go get those mammograms. Go get the things that I've got an appointment scheduled next month. So yeah, take care of yourselves. You know, the numbers are going up out there. So stay in as much as possible. Wear your mask. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And we'll see you again later. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.